One of the favourite topics of the channel is Pokemon, and we're back with another Pokemon as MECH ARMORS episode. I think this makes number 5 now. But anyway, let's bring these illustrations to life. Hey kid, how you getting on with the training I left you? Wow, look who finally showed up. Well, after your stunt from the last lesson, I've kind of finished, I think. You know, it was a bit of a challenge, but I'm almost done. What are you on about? What's done? The one where you locked me out of the system for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks? I think you got it wrong, kid. Should have been 3 days. Nope. Have a look. Ah, scrap. Sorry, kid. I must hit the wrong button before leaving. Uh-huh. But that does mean you, skipped part of the video, didn't you? About that. I kind of thought that I could go back and check it after finding out what I was doing. Well, kid, there's a lesson here to be learned. Something about, oh yeah. There's no shortcut to being the best at something. Nail the basics, and you can conquer whatever you do. So you've got the basics down. That's why you're the best mech armor creator. Not the fact of that device on your arm letting you go from dimension to dimension to dimension, acquiring all of these parts. No? Well, for a genius like me, it's a case of pure skill and talent. You got potential. Work hard, and you can unlock it. Given enough guidance, of course. Thanks. But what brings you back here? I was kind of expecting another recording today, because you've not been around much, and it's either a recording or something lately. Yeah, I know. Nothing I could do about that. But I had a few errands to run, and got stuck in a couple of dimensions. Luckily, though, I made sure the team and I made it back in one piece. It was, easy as turning into a prehistoric sea dino creature thing. Turning into what? No, never mind that. I see you're just about done with the assignment. I'll have a new one for you next time, but for now, put that down and come over here. You can watch me make a couple of tweaks to some of these mech armors for some clients. New mech armors? Awesome. So, what are they based on, and can I do something with them? I have some customers that are, well, should I say, they've been waiting for these armors for a while. And this first guy looks like someone you don't want to miss the order for. I mean, he looks like a mean fella, but his partner was a bit more menacing. His partner? Girlfriend? Life partner? Partner in crime? What do you mean? Wait. Is that a black dragon? A black dragon? You ain't wrong there, kid. This is one of those mech armors that are based on those Pokemon-type creatures. And this one is based off a black dragon Pokemon called Charizard X. What's a Charizard X? Does the X stand for extreme? That'd be pretty cool. Charizard Extreme. I like the sound of that. Not sure, but this one's a type of Pokemon evolution for something called a Charizard. A fire-type dragon thing, so I guess this guy liked the look of it and wanted something black-blue with flames and wings. But you've given it a tail. You've given it the tail. Ain't no point doing a job half done. But you gotta admit, looks kinda cool. And as for the features on this one, since it's gonna be using fire, I best make it fireproof and heatproof. At least for the majority of temperatures you might be dealing with. So we'll need internal cooling, wings so it can fly. You're gonna make it fly? This thing can fly? That's pretty cool. Other than being kind of fancy and intimidating like the customer, yeah, I think this one can fly. But I do have to say, this armor and the guy wearing it, they'll definitely put the fear into those who they come across. What about the flames? A dragon breathes fire, but this one has blue flames coming out. I mean, how are you going to do that? Easy peasy, kid. It's a form of plasma fire, one that can be controlled from the AI in this armor. It'll be blue on full blast, and even when venting to stop overheating, the cooling system will vent blue plasma smoke. Though, I think this armor could do with a name, or something to match how dark and intimidating it is. I've got it. How about The Dark Dragon Rises? Hey kid, I think I've heard something like that before. Oh well, The Dark Dragon Rises does have a nice ring to it. That was a rather fun design. I'm guessing there might be a couple more armors, hopefully, that we can have a look at. And are they going to be Pokemon-based as well? That's right, kid. And the next one is a personal favourite of mine. Reminds me of a good pal of mine. Aaron Volt's his name. Aaron who? 'Tis me, lad. Whoa! Nexum, who is that guy? Aaron Fold, what are you doing here?
Came to ask you about your armours. You know, lad said something about getting an armour from you. So I had the grand old thought to get one from you myself. I have a few ideas, but for now, did I hear you say that this one you're working on reminds you of myself?
Yeah, that's right. So this is Aaron Fold. Talk about a rough-looking old man? What could he have in common with this Pokemon that you're on about?
Pokemon? You mean those creatures we got turned into way back when? You know, that world where those creatures we could talk and understand.
Yeah, that's right. Glad you remember. Wait. You were turned into a Pokemon? How come you never told me about this? It's, above your pay grade. You don't pay me. Exactly. As I said, above your pay grade.
Anyway, next, my boy, why does this one remind you of yours truly?
Okay. The customer for this one loves to spar and wants to fight with his Pokemon, sparring and in battles.
Sounds like a man after my own heart.
Fighter then, are you?
Aye, lad. Being able to fight and test my strength is how you stay on top of your game as an adventurer.
As I was saying, this fellow wanted to fight with his Pokemon. What was it again? Lucario? That's right. How did you know? It's written on the MECH ARMOR specs. They're kind of right there. Give me that.
Arr, he got you there, lad.
So, this MECH ARMOR is based on a Lucario, a fighting Pokemon that's a rather cool look and a rather powerful set of moves. I made this armor to have enhanced strength with a power core that can output enough force to fend off one of those giant dragons you like to fight in your world. As such, it generates a hell of a lot of heat. Hey kid, pop quiz for you. How'd you think I sorted that one out? I don't know. Like the last one? Internal cooling or something? With some venting? Something like that? Well done. You passed that one. Though, it was part of the basics. You're learning fast. Keep it up. This thing can move super fast. And that's due to venting the force from its heat being vented in certain directions. And just to ensure I could take a beating, I used a certain special something I had in storage. Make sure I can take a licking and keep on ticking. Not to mention, those spikes can be used to attack, defend, or just look cool.
So it's a tough bugger to beat in a fight then.
You could say that. I think it would give you a run for your money.
Next to my boy, my blood's boiling and itching for a round or two with this thing. Mind if we give it a sparring test or two?
Afraid not. Client's paid for this one. And even though it needs a test run, you're a bit more, let's just say you're a bit more of a full-on heavy-duty test than what this client would want. Like the last one, don't we need a name for this armor?
I think good old Aaronfold here might need to join you in testing these armours out every once in a while. Just for a bit of exercise for me old bones.
Fighting MECH ARMORs is a bit of exercise. Who does this old fella think he is? Hey kid, you shouldn't judge Aaronfold here by his looks alone. He's fought and defeated a whole bunch of creatures like dragons and other such things all by himself. And trust me, he's just as tough as any MECH armor you could make. In fact, he's as tough as a few of the MECH armors I've built. Not all of them, mind you, but a few.
That's kind of you to say.
You're being serious? This guy?
Aye, lad. This old-timer here has had me fair share of battles with creatures of all types and sizes. Even a few orcs and elves, for that matter.
Orcs and elves? What kind of fantasy realm do you live in? Well, Aaronfold isn't from this dimension. From what he's told me about his dimension, it is kind of a fantasy world, with all the things you'd find in the stories and books, as well as the legends. You know, dragons, elves, orcs, strange creatures, and all that lot. I guess that does make sense. Either way, we have one more armor to look at, don't we? Is it that one over there, is it? The pink and purple one.
Well, I'll be. Despite his rather colourful design, This one has a tail and are those a kind of horn thing on its head? Is it a demon or a devil-type Pokemon? Looks a bit tough. Not as tough as the last one, but it does. Though, it's a bit shiny and new. A bit too clean if you ask me.
What are you getting at, Aaronfold? You're not fighting against this one either.
Well, Nexum, what's with this one looking more fancy and flashy than the other ones?
I think this one is maybe out of your league, Aaronfold, my friend. It's based on a rather powerful Pokemon. I was given the features of this one are, let's just say the specs are a cut above the rest. It was a very detailed brief, and they did pay extra to make this work how they wanted. Funny thing is, I don't recall what the customer looks like. Just a dark, blurry shape on the call, and I had... Either way, the specs match Pokemon known as Mew Two, I think it was. Or rather, that's the name of the Pokemon, on the brief. Turns out this thing is way overpowered.
Overpowered, you say? You sure I can't battle with this one, Nexum lad?
I'm sure you can't. This thing has some energy barriers to protect it from super strong attacks. The tail has an energy blaster and the gauntlets can fire out a strong electromagnetic force. But why? What can you do with that, an electromagnetic force, unless... Wait, you don't mean... It's to move objects around. One of the requirements, and, well, the client paid epically for this feature. And to be honest, it might be my finest feature yet. Though, there is one thing. I can't help but feel that this armor looks like the Pokemon, but also the fellow who wanted it. Strange, huh?
Well, maybe we should pay this one a visit to test out his armor.
I'll pass, thanks. I built this thing, and I know just how much of a badass it is. I think this one could beat you hands down. In fact, I think this will work better than the mech armor I made based on a Blastoise Pokemon.
Nexum lad, did you say toys? As in turtle?
Yeah. Why? What's up? Aaronfold, you're starting to look a little bit pale. I really enjoyed doing a Mech Armor episode after such a long time, and coming back to Pokemon as Mech Armors, which is one of the favourites on the channel, had a lot of fun. I do think the Charizard X and Lucario are my favourites, although I quite liked the kind of side-on dynamic pose of Mew Two, which was really cool. Let me know what other franchises you think would be quite cool to turn into a Mech Armor. Monday is the community redraw, and just like you all, I'm really looking forward to that one. Anyway, stay safe everybody. Catch you next time.